you done? Do you realize?
Yes, I'm beginning to realize everything.
You are not fit to bring up the children. Come in.
There's a letter for Mrs. Helmer.
Give it to me. It may mean ruin for both of us. No, I must. No. Nora! Nora! I'm saved! I'm saved!
And I?
You too, of course, yes. We're both saved. I forgive you, Nora. I swear it. I have forgiven you.
Thank you for your forgiveness.
Oh, my little songbird, my little skylark. Everything is as it was before. What's this?
Sit down, Torvald. We must talk. We have never exchanged a word on any serious subject. I have been your doll wife, just as at home I was my father's doll child. And now the children have been my dolls. And that is what our marriage has been.
Nora, I don't understand you.
And you were right. I am not fit to bring up the children. I must educate myself, and that is why I'm going to leave you.
Wait a minute. Betsy.
Oh, what?
You know too much. The part of Nora was written 100 years ago. You're playing her with all the knowledge of everything that's happened between men and women since then. Nora is not stepping around the corner for a pack of cigarettes. She is stepping off a cliff in the dark, leaving her home, her husband, her 3 children. Now, you must put yourself in the place of a woman in 1879, knowing only what she knew then. Now, think. Let's keep going. I must educate myself.
I must educate myself, and that is why I'm going to leave you.
But to leave your home, to neglect your most sacred duties, your duties to your husband and your children.
I have a duty just as sacred to myself. I believe that
before everything else,
I
am a
reasonable human being, just as much as you are.
I believe that before everything else, I am a reasonable human being just as much as you are.
You don't love me anymore.
It gives me great pain, Torvald, but I don't love you anymore. For 8 years, I have lived here with a strange man and borne him 3 children.
Can I never be anything but a stranger to you?
Oh, Torvald, there would have to be the greatest miracle of all.
What would that be? The greatest miracle of all?
Torvald, I don't believe in miracles any
Oh,
longer.
I believe! Tell me.
Both of us would have to be so changed that our lives together could be a real marriage. Goodbye.
I didn't upset her, did I? Betsy, I want to give you some notes. All right, Betsy, give the call for tomorrow. Rehearsal at 1 o'clock. Betsy! Where is she? Find her. I want to talk to her.
Sure. I don't know.
What's this? Gone missing Nora. She's here. Where did you disappear to? She's here, I think. Please don't wander off like that after rehearsal. I want to give you some notes.
Well, sparrow, a skylark, little feather brain, you've done it. Done what? How does it feel out in the cold night air? Well, little doll, can you walk by yourself? Well, little doll, what now?
What now? I think you'd better go home. The call for tomorrow is 1 o'clock. Everybody got that? 1 o'clock. Is she here or isn't she?
Is she here or isn't she? Should I go back home to that little town where I lived with my father? No, they wouldn't let me stay. They'd gossip, they'd shun me, they'd drive me away. Come along, darling. But I've got to do something. I've got to go someplace. But what? Where?
What about my place? May I suggest my place? I'll cook, and you can cut my hair. We'll share a bottle and a bird. Yes, we'll drink life to the dregs. Well, the bottle is a beer and the bird is a chicken. Wings and legs. I've tried to get to know you better for a year. Is it at last to be tonight? Are you all right?
Or should I turn back to the house where my children sleep? Just one more look inside the quiet room to memorize each face.
Everybody, just leave.
Is she here or isn't she?
Is she here or isn't she?
Are we here or aren't we? Are we here or aren't we?
It's a matter of time and place and time and space. Where does he go from here? Don't go.
No, I'm not coming back, Torvald. Your little darling, your little frightened, helpless darling is lying. And I'm traveling light without my bag of tricks, my flirting, my lying, flying without my little game. My winning smile, my gentle sighing, my fluttering lips, my easy crying, and through old roads, only you won. There's so much I don't know about in the world that I feel I must fling myself out in the world.
Where does he go from here? What now?
I know what I'll do. I'll go to the city. I'll go to Christiania. I'll take the train.
Well, what have we here? A woman alone.
Woman alone.
On a train at night.
On a train at night. With no ticket and no money.
She must be that kind of woman. Do I dare?
Sure, I'm that kind of woman. So beware.
Oh, just forget it. In your sleep you can dream of women beautiful and fair.
What kind of story can I invent so that he'll end me the fair? Good evening. Oh, do you play the violin?
Flirting! Madam, what could possibly have given you that impression?
I see you have a delightful sense of humor.
Flirting! Madam, I'm trying to sleep.
So a musician's life must be so fascinating. Gay. She's playing gay. The little flirt.
She learned to flirt when she was 5.
To call her name, she's only trying to survive.
Call it intention.
I want to sleep.
Well, I was just trying to make pleasant conversation to pass the time.
Oh, you're not just trying to make pleasant conversation to pass the time. I'm not interested.
I see. A man alone on a train in the middle of the night, although he might be a criminal, an anarchist or a lunatic, is assumed to be a pillar of society. But a woman... Oh, my aunt in Christiania is sick in the King Oscar Hospital. Lying! I put my ticket in my bag for safekeeping, but then this man buzzed. Lying! Lying! When I looked, my ticket was gone.
Lies. A pack of lies.
It's no surprise.
She learned to lie when she was 5.
Don't call them lies. She's only trying to survive.
Call it invention.
It's dreadful. My whole money purse is
Don't
gone.
ask me for money. Don't cry, for God's sake.
Suppose this happened to your sister.
Be quiet. Here. Here's enough for the fare.
Oh, 3 kroner. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You really saved me. You're very gallant.
No, just sleepy.
Tickets! Tickets, please. Tickets, sir. Ticket, madam.
I had no time to purchase a ticket. I do wish I were going to Christiania for a different purpose. Oh, such a beautiful city. To think that what I'm going to see there is the hospital.
I know this lacks something in elegance, but do share a bit of bread and sausage with me.
But a beautiful sausage, it looks delicious, but no, thank you.
Lots of garlic. Well, I won't have any either. We've a long night ahead of us. Your lips will add an extra bouquet.
Oh, no, thank you. Well, have you any kind of glass? I think I would like a sip of wine. I feel quite faint. My illness has been getting worse and worse.
Lying!
Your illness? You're ill?
Yes. I know I made up that story about my aunt. I suppose I couldn't admit it to myself. I couldn't face it.
Lying! Lying!
Well, now that I've admitted it out loud, I feel a great weight has been lifted.
Lying!
There's not much left. You finish it. I'm sorry you're sick. Get some rest. I'll be here.
A woman alone.
A woman alone.
Woman alone.
Lying! On the train at night.
The train at
On
night.
the train at night.
Flirting. What does she do to make money?
She learned to lie when she was 5.
Why did I give her that money?
She learned to flirt when she was 5.
What can you do without money?
She's only trying to survive.
Well, little starling, little songbird, how did you get out of that pit?
Same old bag of tricks.
My winning smile, my gentle sighing, my fluttering, my easy crying,
Is that how all your battles will be won?
just as before.
Slam the door. Now, what doors will you open?
Christiania!
Arrive! Arrive! Arrive!
Time for breakfast. I'd like breakfast.
Breakfast takes money.
I'll earn money.
Ask at the offices.
Nothing at the offices.
Ask at the factory.
Nothing at the factory.
Waiters work, laundry work.
Nothing.
Kitchen brass, plumbing work.
Nothing.
Nothing, 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 nothing. Night is falling.
Night is falling.
Home at dinner.
I at dinner.
Dinner with the children.
Laughing with my children.
You haven't eaten.
I haven't eaten.
You must be hungry.
God, I'm so hungry. Why, Dama Hedwig? What's Dama Hedwig?
Just sell your body. You won't go hungry.
No, Dama Hedwig. I will find work.
I can use extra help for New Year's.
Why am I here? I knew when I left. When I left, I was clear. Now I'm having trouble holding on to it. I must hold on to it. I must be my children, while I am here. Dearest children, dearest darlings, how to tell you, what to tell you. Mama's been told that she's bad, and a mama who's bad is bad for her children. No, I don't think I'm bad, and I know I'm not a fool, but there's so much I don't know about in the world that I felt I must fling myself out in the world. Mama's going to school. Mama's quite sure that she's good, but she has to be sure she'll be good for you children. So in the book of life, I will question every rule. Then I'll come back and teach you about the wide world, and my wisdom will lead you throughout the wide world like a pure, bright thread from a shining spool. Mama's going to school. Say your prayers and wash your hands. Save me every tooth, and I'll bring you a doll and a drum and a true. Mama loves you, Mama loves you, and she'll write you every day. Mama loves you, Mama loves you, but she had to go away to school.
Can somebody clean up in here, please? Let's have another round before we go. To our conflict!
Which are never as many as we claim. Speak for yourself, Johan.
Waiter! Another round!
No, gentlemen, it's late. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to get home. Catherine.
A hypocrite, Johan. There's nothing you'd like to do less.
It's just as painful for her, poor lady, as it is for me. A marriage made in Hades.
Sit down. Don't try to make the rest of us feel guilty.
Gentlemen, it's late. It's time for me to leave. What you leave before our annual ritual that marks New Year's Eve. Let's skip it this year. A little bit later. Drawn on. Are we children or are we men? Oh God, not me again! It's Johan again! Johan! Give me those hands. You don't have to tie my hands. I won't cheat. Tradition is tradition. I hate this tradition. A silver formation. I hate this tradition. Exit, Doctor. I do like the actor. Yeah.
To another year of connubial bliss.
Say it. Woo! My wife.
To another year of the conjugal kiss.
Say it. Woo! My wife.
To another year just as perfect as this.
Say it. Yes, my wife.
No. To the ritual toast, to the ones we need most.
To the spouse, to the wife, to the best things in life that are waiting at home New Year's Eve. To her heart, to her soul, to her face like a troll that is looming at home New Year's Eve.
to the breakfast each day, having nothing to say from tomorrow till next New Year's Eve.
Here's to her!
Here's to me, 12 more months of ennui. Here's to the season's opera box. Here's to the bedroom door she locks. Here's to the bills that never cease. Here's to the girl I call my niece. Here's to bygone days and simple joys. Here's to acting once again, my boys. To our wives, to our lives, to the youth we can never retain. To New Year's to the din of a ravenous inn, make hell of my home New Year's Eve. Let them feast, let them stay, small price to pay. Matrimony's a useful thing when a gentleman needs a fling. The other ladies I adore understand that I am spoken for. Be safely surely wed, keep us free to jump from bed to bed. To the ring, to the vow, to the promise we used to make, to our invaluable consenting wives, accepting lives, meetings as urgent as this. To New An angel of mercy! Come, join us.
Oh, no, I mustn't.
No, this is a special occasion.
Oh, no, the manager will have me arrested.
I will defend your case.
Well, thank you.
It's Happy
New
New Year!
Oh, my God.
You're a barrister.
Yes.
Sir, there's something I'm trying to find out. I have this, friend, and she signed her father's name to this bond.
A forger?
The law says a woman can't borrow money on her own.
Yes, I know all about those medieval laws. I have to work around them all the time.
Well, forgery is a crime. Your friend should get 30 years.
Eric.
Even if it was to save her husband's life, and she didn't want him to know how sick he was.
She had no previous criminal record?
Only stealing from her own household expense money to buy macaroons.
Wait a minute. Give them a lavish monthly allowance and they're always coming up short.
I'm glad I'm not your wife.
Oh, I'm glad too.
No, there are special circumstances here. If I were defending her, I would have the jury weeping to a man and the judge kneeling to kiss the hem of her gown.
Oh.
I would indeed. Of course, they'd have to give her a token sentence of 3 or 4 years.
Oh, you look pale. As your physician, I recommend a second aquavit. Nora! Gentlemen, please, have fun! This young woman is my patient. I prescribed it.
Oh, of course. Dr. Berg.
Dr. Berg.
Oh, you stupid
Thank you, gentlemen, for the education. And thank you for having drinks with a low scullery maid instead of with your wives.
Oh, I'll drink to that. Come along, Johan. Berg, Gustafsson. Let's go on somewhere else.
House!
There's the wife with the white. Johan.
Waiting at home New Year's Eve. You know, you're most unusual for a low scullery maid, or even a waitress.
Mr. Hampson would not like this.
Oh, I hope we didn't jeopardize your job. Here, buy yourself something you want for the new year. And should you need any further legal advice, here's my card.
Thank you, Mr. Blecker.
That's it. Blecker. Little Blecker.
And for the legal advice so far, here's your fee. Happy New Year.
Blecker! Blecker! I'm coming.
Nora!
Oh, Mr. Hampton, I promise this won't happen again.
Well, it's New Year's Eve. I'll keep you on.
Oh, thank you.
You! The train!
Oh, all the restaurants to pick.
She has work to do, Bernick. Leave her alone.
You're not ill.
No, I lied.
I don't blame you. I can be quite a devil.
Good night, Bernick.
And a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
And to you too.
Will you get out, bull scratcher? Good night. I can pay you only £1 a week.
Oh, thank you. I can manage.
Except for the holidays, business has been terrible.
Well, forgive me, but of course it's terrible. The way the place is run. Food comes to the tables ice cold. The kitchen is too dark and the cafe too bright. Discourages romance. Oh, I talk too much.
Yes, but you're a good worker. You're new in this city. No local relatives.
No, sir. I'm alone.
This is a hard city to be alone in.
Well, you've made it easier, Mr. Hampton.
I could make it even easier. Shall we talk about it over a little New Year's Eve supper?
I don't think so, Mr. Hampton. Have I lost the job?
Yes. You have.
I need it.
Here are a few kroner for you.
But
Good luck.
Yes, but...
Good night.
Happy New
Hello.
Oh, so that's what you've been waiting around for. Well, here, 3 kroner. I've been dismissed. Now leave me alone.
Please, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Mr.
Bernick.
My name is Nansen.
I knew what the manager was leading up to. I was listening. But he must have thought you were encouraging him. Talking about lights and romance.
Who are you to pass judgment on anybody? You attacked me on the train.
I'm sorry, please. I'd like to be friends. Maybe I can help you get work. I know you carry dishes magnificently. What else can you do?
I can sew, knit, crochet. I can make clothes.
There's a girl in my rooming house. She works backstage at the opera. Maybe she can speak to the wardrobe people.
It's very kind of you.
So we're friends.
Yes.
My case. Miss Nansen, maybe we could share a toast for the holidays. I have some aquavit hidden away.
I have some hidden away, too. But, no, I don't think
There's a parlor downstairs. It would all be quite proper.
Well,
Please come, Miss Nansen. Come with me, Miss Nansen. There's reindeer cheese, 3 kinds of herring, too.
I was just bringing this down to the parlor. You shouldn't be in my room. Your reputation.
Couldn't we stay here, Mr. Burnick? There was a man and his wife down there and a small child. It was so noisy.
Here, Miss Nansen. Sit. Here.
Yes.
Please forgive the mess. I hadn't meant you to see it. You are upset. Maybe a little aquavit? To you, Miss Nansen.
Nora. And to you, Mr. Burnick.
Otto. To the herring.
To the cheese.
To the reindeer.
To the drink.
To my room. I decorated it myself.
To our first New Year's Eve marriage, and to our first child to come.
Torvald. Champagne! But we can't afford it.
I know. I poured our cheap old wine into this bottle. I'm drunk just breathing the same air you breathe. You'll never want for anything, Nora. While you're here at home, I'll be out in the wild forest hunting for food and warm furs to wrap our many children in.
Oh, Torvald, you are my life.
How I love you. To endless New Year's Eves together.
We can go downstairs now, if you like.
Stay with me, Nora. Stay here with me, Nora. There's so much talking we can do. We'll share our fancies and our fears, expound on music and life. I won't pry into your past, and we'll leave the door open too. I'd like to brush the clouds of sadness from your face and teach your troubled eyes to smile. Stay with me, Nora. Stay here with me, Nora. We'll just sit and talk. Only say you'll stay for a while.
Well, here's to your being the greatest virtuoso since Paganini.
Oh, no. I'm afraid Mr. Hampson was accurate about one thing. I'm just a bow scratcher.
Oh, but all this music.
I'm a composer.
A composer?
Unpublished. An opera. A Norwegian epic to make Wagner shake in his slippers. Loki and Baldur.
Oh, I've known it since childhood.
Oh, but I took the old legend and gave it a hidden political, sociological meaning. Loki, the god of evil, is really Sweden. Baldur, the spirit of Norway and independence.
How thrilling! How daring! You must finish your work so it can be heard by the world.
Who has the time? Bring me a sponsor, a Norwegian Prince Esterhazy. I don't understand money. I can never save anything.
How can you? When you give it away to strange ladies on trains.
I just want you to know that was my first experience at seduction. I was lonely and angry and thinking of my fellow musicians. I had to listen to their bragging, their conquests, their flaming conquests. I never have anything to say. So I thought, here was my big chance. Pathetic. It is such a burden being a man.
I never knew a man felt it was a burden being a man.
Nora, as head of the house, I must remind my little Skylark she is accountable to me.
Yes, Torvald.
Now has my little feather brain been out wasting money again?
Is my little squirrel sulky?
Oh, Torvald, your little squirrel will scamper about and do all her tricks if you'll only be nice and do as she asks.
Guess what I have here, Nora? Money.
Oh, thank you, Torvald, thank you. This will keep me going for a long time.
Well, you must see that it does.
Yes,
So much expected of you, keeping up appearances. Nora, come back.
I'm back.
Stay with me, Nora. Stay here with me, Nora. There's so much talking still to do. We'll share our fancies and our fears as equal partners in life. Always happily aware we're a man and a woman too. I want to brush the clouds of sadness from your face and teach your troubled eyes to shine. Stay with me, Nora. I promise you, Nora. You can stay yourself if you'll only stay and be mine.
He knows what I'm feeling. I feel I could help him. He's young, sensitive, and unsure. He's a different kind of man from those I have known. An artist living for art alone.
I want to brush the clouds of sadness from your face and teach your troubled eyes to shine. Stay with me, Nora.
Can this be the
I
answer?
promise you,
Can this
Nora.
be the answer?
You can stay yourself
Should I stay?
if you'll only stay and be mine.
She thinks that's the answer. She thinks she's found meaning, leaving security for Elon. It's true, she left a husband.
But she found an artist
They're helpmates, equal partners.
with blossoms from what stem. She'll learn, she'll have to earn.
She'll have to learn enough to support both of them. 15 minutes, Madam Clifton.
I know it's 15 minutes.
15 minutes to have 4.
This friend of mine is a composer. Otto, there now. Oh, we have such an equal partnership. I made him quit his job for a few months. I've been working here so that he can finish this great nationalist opera he's writing, Loki and Baldur. The leading role, Baldur, the young god, is to be played by a woman, a soprano. Oh, he's a genius.
I'm sure. And I'd be perfect for the leading role in this nationalistic opera.
Oh, yes, if you would only listen, I'm sure.
Ouch, my dear. I'll just get the costumes together and go. I'll come to the opening night at the Paris Opera. Peterson! Oh, and I'd look into that equal partnership of yours.
Oh, no.
Peterson! Not Bellini. That's legato more fire.
But I was conductor for Emma Calvé in Brussels.
Straight her, conductor!
Oh, if I have to move, I won't be there. Watch out!
Don't I know you? New Year's Eve at the cafe. The girl who was so interested in forged signatures, Johan Blecker.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, Mr. Blecker.
I stopped going to that cafe. You weren't there. Besides, the food was always ice cold.
I told Mr. Hanson that. I told him too much. That's why I'm here, and now I'm afraid I'm going to lose this.
Did you try to tell Ostrid how to sing? I'll be right there, Ostrid. I have a message for you from Eric.
Oh, please, I'm detaining you.
No, I'm only her legal advisor. Eric is her friend. Now, what's this about losing your job?
I can't talk to you now.
I'm afraid I offended Madame Klemnacht. I was presumptuous, I know I was.
Tell me, I'm your legal advisor, too.
Well, I mentioned to her something about this young composer I know.
And he has written something that would be perfect for La Klemnacht, and you wanted her to hear it, and she got impatient and threw you out.
Yes. Oh, but this is so special. If only she could hear this. An epic of Norway and Sweden, Loki and Baldur.
You're very determined when it comes to something you care about, aren't you, my little forger?
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I'd like to hear more about your friend's epic.
Come in, Johan.
I'll be right there. Now, this would look nice on you. Why don't you put it on after the opera and come out and dine with me?
Oh, but Mr. Blecker.
Oh, what you have on will do perfectly well.
Oh, smell this. No, but this friend who wrote the epic
Is more than a friend.
Yes.
Places, Madam Klemnacht! Places!
Johan!
Yes, I'll be right there. Well, I'll talk to her. Loki and Baldur.
You'll talk to her anyway.
Anyway, you have a pretty low opinion of us men. Well, I'm sure you have good cause. Let me think now. Why, Ostrid, you haven't heard of Loki and Baldur. It is the talk of music circles all over Europe. Why, everywhere I go, it's Loki and Baldur, Loki and Baldur, Loki and Baldur. Why, your arch rival, Rosina Gallini, is itching to get her vocal cords around. Places for Act
4! Good evening, my dear.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sit down, please. Dearest Johan, you got me into this.
I give you my word, a new Rossini.
Don't be absurd.
Remember Rosina Gallini.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Sit over there. You'll pass the wine. You'll pass the salmon. Oh, my darling. Is everyone here? Dear Eric, don't sleep, please.
Good evening. Now, Astrid, you got me into this. I may take a nap.
Madame ready.
Clap, clap. And now, highlights, I hope, from a new opera, Loki and Baldur. So Norwegian.
Som Friggen and Odin, Odin and Frigg, brothers alike as angel and king. Angel and king, angel and king, king. The drawing for the freaking throne, the sword of God.
Naughty Hello, never will you tempt me to join your bestial rebels. With your imps, your trolls, your devils, your infamies are legion. It's all Norwegian.
Foolish brother. Ho, 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 ho. My fire will turn your water to steam and dry every stream. I will scorch the earth with drought and famine.
Please pass the salmon.
Baldur sends into the earth filled by his wicked brother Loki's weapon, the innocent mistletoe, and Loki conducts his evil rebels. But then the first rays of the sun return, and in an outburst of triumphant transfiguration, Baldur rises again, a blessing on his lips for his beloved Norway.
With the springtime, as the long night is fading, so I too am reborn.
Don't look so worried. Don't be so nervous. I've been studying your case. Here's the evidence so far. You seem wise, yet you're naive. You're concealed, yet you never deceive. You're questioning, yet you're quick to believe. You interest me. There's a story in your face. Will it tell me who you are? You look bright, yet close to tears. You look brave, a facade for your peers. You seem so strong that a lost look appears. You interest me. Did you strangle that husband you signed someone's name for to get hold of money to send him away to prolong his life? Are you on the run? Are you still his wife? Will you stay with this bumpkin you want to win fame for so you earn the money by slaving all day to fulfill his life? When his fame is won, will you be his wife? Foolish men not to know how rare is someone who can care the way you do. You are something new. You interest me. So unlead or weed Maybe your prayers will be answered. Maybe it is good. But beware of answered prayers. They may lead to lonely nights. Beware of Astrid in a boyish wig and tie. A large part of the time.
With me singing it, that's a role that could thrill an audience. Say no wheat.
Congratulations, young man.
Oh, Eric, been very naughty. The opera was absolutely...
It's whatever you say it is, my sweet. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go along and continue my nap. Johan can drop you off. Oh. Good night.
Madam Clemnox, whatever you thought, thank you for this great opportunity. I can't tell you what it means to me just to meet you.
You must finish the second act right away.
Otto, I knew it. You talk to Madame Clemnacht, I'll get the music together.
Mr. Bernick, I would like to hear more about your ideas on this opera. How you visualize it. Let us say tomorrow at tea time?
Yes, of course. I should be glad to come. Shall I bring the singers?
No, just you. We can go over the score together.
I said, Herr Wagner, record your score.
Incidentally, I don't think you need all of those political references to Norway and Sweden. It's too controversial. I take them out.
Yes, of course. It was just an afterthought. The conflict's all there in the music.
A young man with the strength of his convictions. Well, Nora, how do you like your answered prayers so far?
I can't find the words to thank you. Mr. Blecker, Otto is the artist. I'm afraid I have to be the practical one. I mean, well, he'll need a little more to live on. Some evidence that someone believes in his work.
You mean some kind of subsidy?
Subsidy?
Yes, so that he can complete his work.
Nora! She doesn't know what she's saying.
But, Otto, we discussed this at home.
Really?
She has a point.
Please forgive me, Madame Clemnacht, but this is so important to us.
Of course it is. Well, our business discussion is a bit premature in any case. Oh, the work shows promise, but I'll have to think it over, of course. And tomorrow wouldn't be convenient for me after all. Well, I've had a really exhausting day. Good evening to all.
But...
Good evening. We know how to reach you.
But...
And thanks to your little group.
She's trying to say she doesn't know now.
But...
Oh, what a day. Dear Johan, I would like to go now.
But...
Good evening to all.
Thanks for the wine.
Thanks for the salmon.
I didn't want her to take advantage of me.
Well, you ruined everything.
I-
She loved my opera until you opened your mouth.
We had agreed you would ask for an advance. When you did and I had to, you were ready to accept any conditions at all.
You talked about money, and that got us thrown out. My career is finished before it started, and it's all your fault. You have ruined my whole future. You have completely wrecked my happiness. What do you know about these things anyway? You should have stayed home and let me handle it myself. You foolish, silly woman.
And I am brought so low, all because of a shiftless woman.
I see.
Well, I don't see how we can go on together. Trying to eke out a living, thinking of what might have been. It's back to the cafe for me, if they'll have me.
Scratch the artist and find the Torvald. A letter.
Here.
It's from him. It may mean ruin for both of us. But no, I must know.
From Madame Clemnacht.
My dear Mr. Bernick, my dear Mr. Bernick.
Nora, we're saved! We're saved!
I'm saved! I'm saved! You too, of course.
I try to go to sleep. I lay awake in bed. The themes kept going through my head. I'm sorry I was hasty.
Look, 50 kroner.
He regrets and apologizes. Look.
You were right. You are an artist, and I must show faith in your work. I will subsidize you so you can breathe in an atmosphere of ease and joy. You're a talented boy.
I'm on my way! I found my princess, Esterhazy. Look! Isn't it wonderful, Nora? I didn't mean when I said I was momentarily disappointed. I forgive you.
Put out of your mind all the harsh things I said. I forgive you, Nora. I swear it. I have forgiven you.
really did. We did this together. Nora, what are you doing?
Since you admit we did it together, I'll take half the 50 kroner and we're even.
But that was for my music. Here's 5 kroner. For the household.
You're very generous. 10% is not bad.
So everything's all right now. You silly little goose. Nora? Nora!
Goodbye, Otto.
You can call little sparrow, little skylark, little starling.
Now you put your way up, little fool from left.
Little goose is right. Look at you.
You haven't done what you set out to do. You tried to build a new life on another man.
Still trapped in the past.
Still trapped in the past. Make a new start.
Scratching, fighting, cracking out of its egg. Shake your wet feathers dry, straighten that wobbly leg. Take a solitary stance for a solitary dance, and learn to be lonely. Make a new life, like a new star, twinkling, sparkling, burning, glad to be born. Shine alone in the sky, feeble but not forlorn, getting brighter every hour to a million candle power, and learn to be lonely. Why do you need to search for a face to look into to find your reflection? The warm kisses that blankets the cold can't guarantee protection. Why be afraid to wake in the night with no head on the pillow beside you, with no hand you can reach for to hold? Your secret self must guide you. Use your time alone to grow strong and discover the hidden being within you. Oh, make a new you, like a new sun, whirling, spinning, rolling free through the skies. Like a lone butterfly, open your wings and rise. Worse than being on your own is to mate and feel alone. You are your one and only. Learn to live. Learn to be lonely.
Be by yourself, and live by yourself, and think for yourself.
And start to make choices. You don't have choices. Knowledge gives you choices.
But where will you get knowledge?
I'll try the university.
You, the university, try to head things.
No head big rats and mice. Dirt and lice. But still it's nicer than dumb ahead big cold winds blow. Time today's newspaper that the Parliament is allowing women to study mathematics at the university? No, really. Up till now, they thought women's minds couldn't understand higher mathematics. And you tell your friends that we don't like it when she talks so superior.
They don't like it when you talk so superior. She doesn't mean any harm. We have this room together at Professor Eggleston's house. He's from the university. That's how Nora gets all those books.
Just trying to learn from what's around me. We're not like these poor fish. We're what on earth with brains. There's this French philosopher, Descartes. He said, I think, therefore I am.
If he worked here, he'd say, I stink, therefore I am.
Rats and mice,
Fish!
dirt and lice,
And fish!
but still it's nicer.
Oh, good. Freezing in here.
Oh, I promised the professor I'd wear gloves so the pages won't smell.
What did the old boy pick out for you to read this week?
A Roman history, something about insects, even books by women. Did you know that in England some of the finest novelists are women? George Eliot, Jane Austen, the Bronte sisters. And this book is by a Norwegian, Camilla Collette. She says here that we don't have the same rights as men, only the right to sacrifice. And that's the
Time's up.
But it's not 5 minutes yet.
Oh, sit down, Nora.
Right.
And fish!
Dirt and lice.
And fish!
But still
Nora,
it's
sit down!
nicer than dumb ahead makes cold winds blow. Time goes slow. But one step forward is
Nora, have you seen the new sign? Have you read the new rules? If you don't come in on Sunday, don't bother to come on Monday. They don't think you work enough for what they pay. So 7 days a week and 16 hours a day.
rats and mice.
What's the use of the book?
Dirt and
Now
lice.
think.
7 days a week. It's inhuman. Troublemaker.
It sounds reasonable. Who needs a day off?
No, Selma. Ladies, our employer, Mr. Didrickson, thinks he's a Roman emperor. We are human beings. It's right here in one of these books. It's about Spartacus and the slaves. Lots of her stealing, lots of her begging, lots of her selling our bodies in front of the church. Lots of her marching, lots of her slamming the bench and me the Jailer, are you locking us up for life? Jailer, who's putting his key in your mouth? Lots of her whoring, lots of her making a speech and a stirring, lots of her losing, lots of her making, lots of her owing the money we made it. Jailer, are you locking us up for life? Jailer, who's putting his key in your wife? Dearest children, dearest darlings, I've been learning, yes, I'm learning. Mama's been studying law, and the law says that men are better than women. Lots of her drinking, lots of her marching. Most must slave and sweat, while few enjoy the if that is the law, is it right or am I? Is the world lost and ignorant tonight or am I? Jailer, what's the price of a woman's heart? Jailer, how much do you get for your wife? And I'll write you every day. The law can bend, the law can lie. It's vengeance more than truth. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Mom is going to school. Lots of her loafing.
Good day. Here she is, sir.
Oh, thank you for coming, Mr. Blecker.
Nora, you in jail?
3rd time.
What?
Oh, no, making speeches. pleasure of working at Didrickson's shipping lines and fish canneries. Horror. Subhuman conditions. Someday I'm going to meet this Didrickson and make him see the suffering he's caused.
You've already met him twice. First New Year's Eve at the cafe.
The arrogant one?
That's Didrickson. And then at the audition at Glennock's.
Oh, yes, snoring.
Jailer.
Ah, thank you, sir. Not you.
It's good to see you again, Nora. Helmer.
You know. Oh, what of my children? Any word of my children?
I can make inquiries if you like.
I have some letters I've written. If you could manage somehow to get them to their nurse.
Don't worry. I'll see to it.
Oh, thank you. Now, about this Didrickson.
It's his money that's getting your Otto's opera produced.
Loki and Baldur. Oh, seems like a million years
Yes.
ago.
Now called at Ostrad's request simply Baldur. I'm invited to his box for the opening. We are invited to his box for the opening tonight. Eric, I am bringing a charming young lady with me. She is in an absolute fever to meet you and tell you how she feels about it.
Oh, but Mr. Blecker, you're married.
I was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody's fault. Happy ending for both. Well,
In this?
I'll take care of everything.
When I meet him, may I say anything I like?
If you don't, I'll never forgive you. I can't wait to hear you tear my friend Eric to pieces. How he deserves it.
Loki, hear me now! Never will you tempt me to join the best rebels. With your gifts, your tools, your devils, you're a infamous religion!
Foolish brother. My fire will turn your water to steam and dry every stream. I will scorch the earth with drought and You're looking jolly this evening, Blecker.
Well, I love surprises, and tonight I have a fine one for Eric. Well, she's in the box. I'll bring her out. Present ready.
Hence I say, give in to your way. According to
Eric, I am so sorry. A dreadful headache.
Oh, earache, my dear, and I don't blame you. Good night.
Yes. Good night.
Yes, I quite understand. Good night.
Astrid's in fine voice. I've heard her relationship with the young composer goes well beyond music.
Just her usual infatuation. When I'm ready, I'll hold up a biscuit and make her beg.
Miss Nora Nansen. Our host, Mr. Eric Didrickson.
How do you do?
Pleasure. Champagne, Miss Nansen?
Berg, why aren't you inside? A connoisseur of the dance like yourself.
I don't really. Well.
Thank you.
I thought I knew every beautiful woman in Christiania. Where have you been hiding?
Most recently in the Nilsborg prison. Before that in the Probitson workhouse, and prior to that in the worst of them all. I was employed in your medieval herring cannery.
Well, obviously I haven't been going to the right places.
No, you haven't. You should visit your canneries once in a while. They reveal everything there is to know about you.
Oh?
You're greedy, cruel. You exploit people. You spit on women. You expect human beings to work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. What more need one know? I despise you.
Don't forget you've only been admiring me from afar. There's much more. I'm successful. I'm enormously wealthy. I'm a patron of the arts under certain conditions. I'm a splendid dinner companion. And I appreciate a beautiful woman. Lovely neck.
But one thing will I know. The mistletoe
God's sake, if you value your soul at all, get your foot off the necks of those poor working girls.
Bravo, Nora! Well, I think we can go enjoy the rest of the opera in peace now. Everything has been said that needs to be said.
Not quite, old man. Would you mind giving us a few moments privately?
It's all right, Johan.
Oh, certainly. I don't do anything for God's sake. And my soul is of no value to me. But when you demand something, make as many demands for changes in the factory as you like, and I will fulfill them all, I promise. In exchange, I make only one demand of you. Come home with me, now.
What a detestable creature you are. To try to bargain simple humanity for my poor favors, that's cruel and disgusting, and the answer is yes.
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 After long I sleep, so I
Now, first, the working conditions.
Later.
Rare wines and downy pillows and caviar on ice, perfumed sheets, Turkish sweets, a satin gown trimmed with marabou, and a lover who knows what to do with you. Pink light and smoky incense and fragrant oils and spice, whispered sighs, heavy eyes, the quickened breath when the game's begun, and a lover who knows when it's well done, it's fun.
I'll grit my teeth.
Don't grit your teeth.
I'll close my eyes.
Don't close your mouth.
I'll sacrifice for the right.
Do it, then do it all.
What matters my little virtue if it will win the workers' fight?
We'll fight the forbidden apple. Life was sweeter after the fall. What is your pleasure? Tell me your pleasure.
More pay and shorter hours. A washroom on each floor. No more lice, rats and mice. An hour for lunch and a break for tea. And each Sunday is a day completely free.
Delicious.
Think of your nation.
You're irresistible.
Think of the working girls. Treat each girl as a lady and not the foreman's whore. Give them hope, give them soap.
Perfume sheets and downy pillows, Turkish sweets and smoky incense.
Give them wood stoves and air to breathe. And I'm demanding an 8-hour day.
We'll keep it 16.
9.
How about 14?
10.
Let's say 13.
10.
12.
10.
12.
10.
12.
10.
12.
10.
12.
10.
11.
With marabou, and a lover who knows what to do with you. Big light and smoky incense, with fragrant oils and spice, pure delight, endless night, the curtains drawn to deny the sun.
And a woman
and a lover
who knows when it's well done. It's her.
Is it you in the morning light? Nora, Nora, is that really you? Night after night after night.
Good morning, madam. Breakfast? Oh, no, Helga, I've changed my mind. I don't want breakfast yet. Very well, madam. It's beautiful morning. Oh, no. No, leave the curtains drawn. Don't let the day in yet. Oh, morning. I want nights to stay on and on, filled with moonbeams and mystery, wild adventuring, private riches, all our own. No more morning. I order the day to be gone. Keep the lights out, keep the night in the dark we can see by the glow of our skin. Hold the sunrise down, shut the shutters tight. No more mornings for me. I've fallen in love with the night. Who is this elf who inhabits my mind and my body? I can't lie, it's myself. It's the me that was asleep and now wakened with a leap. Who would have thought there's this wondrous invention, the body? Oh, not I. I was taught to pretend it was there, but it's there, oh God, it's there. It's a temple, it's a plaything, it's the eye of the storm, it's an underground stream. Make the darkness last, make the dawn take flight, no more morning. Make me full light, I'm standing strong with the moon.
And how is my little lovebird this morning?
Oh, don't go, Eric. Surely your empire can survive for one day without you.
That's what they must never find out. I just looked through the company report. With your 11-hour day, productivity has risen 8% in the last 6 months. Those downtrodden working girls should burn incense in front of your portrait in thankfulness to you.
I'm thankful to them.
Well, then we've all done rather well out of this.
The girls could work even better if their fingers weren't frozen.
Oh.
Where are the wood stoves you promised?
They will be in by next week, and so will your windows. Now, what do you want? Ruby earrings to go with your necklace,
No, I was thinking of a small interest in your business.
Never.
Oh, then stay with me this morning. Who could have planned from my sacrifice made for the workers that I'd fly to this land? I was sure you'd only find in some wicked author's mind. Who'd ever dream, after meeting this scourge of the workers, that I'd lie here and scheme how to keep him by my side? No, he mustn't leave my side.
This evening I'm having a small group for billiards, cards, and a cold supper. Hugo Zetterling, the coal giant from Germany. 1 or 2 shipping and lumber barons, Nielsen, Schmidt, and our ambassador to England, Lars Grinberg. Now, be particularly charming to him. I may need him. Those are the names. Memorize them. And, wear the black velvet and the pearls.
I prefer the rubies.
The pearls. And there's a new perfume I'm picking up for you. The French woman in the shop recommended it. Wear that.
Yes, my emperor. You've been getting me a lot of perfume lately.
Oh, more than usual?
I'd say so, yes. But whatever I have on isn't doing what it's designed for. You're leaving me to go to work.
But I must, Nora, darling. Oh, what's this?
Just some reading.
Reading?
The usual silly little romances.
Foreign market investments. The history of money.
Very romantic.
Machiavelli's The Prince.
I'm studying how to overthrow you.
Nora, I forbid you to read those books.
Oh, it's too late.
Now start learning those names. And think up some marvelous new way to wear your hair tonight.
Eric, you're only interested in what's on top of my head, not what's in it.
That is the way it should be. And open up the curtains.
Oh, no. No, not yet. It's a rainbow. It's a cloudburst. It's the last of the wine. It's an undying thirst. Oh, the sunrise down. Shut this study tight. No more things. See, I've fallen in love with the night.
Locked in the kitchen, locked in the pantry, down on our knees, scrubbing floors since before the break of day.
The power had changed.
The orders reached men of power.
This is catching.
But what a mess they will make once the party's underway.
Life, watch out. Good evening, old friend. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So splendid to see you. A pleasure.
You've put on weight, old man.
Oh, thanks, I you. The market's booming. Good. Rumor is true.
What rumor?
Or scare is looming.
Good evening.
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 Good evening. Good evening.
Boy. See if the gentlemen at the card table require anything. You handled that tray very well, Mr. Bernard.
Our hostess, Miss Nansen.
Ah, dear Mr. Zetterling. Guten Abend und willkommen auf Norway.
You look ravishing, as always.
And you look very pleased with yourself. I just heard Eric say you had completed something quite advantageous. A coal merger, was it, with Kruger and Son?
Yeah.
Exactly what is that?
Well, a merger is when two big companies marry, yeah? And the one with the larger share has the power. That's the husband, yeah?
Yeah.
And which one do you think that will be? Kruger or Zetterling? Watch the exchange tomorrow after it is announced.
Let me know the minute Mr. Blecker arrives.
Power, power. Wise, she's getting wise. This is a chance for any clever girl to bloom. She leads the dance, the only woman in the room.
Otto!
Clemnock dropped me as soon as Didrickson dropped her. He knows I'm here. He hired me.
That must have given him a great deal of pleasure, excuse me. Oh, Ambassador! How was London?
Dreary. But the court of St. James is anxious to negotiate for our lumber, so I will say that my trip was a success.
Oh, congratulations. You'll need some big shipping line like Eric's to move all that lumber, I suspect. What on earth do they want it for?
Mass production. Everybody wants everything these days. Furniture, sideboards, cupboards, brake fronts, bedposts, pianos, privies. I beg your pardon.
Not at all.
Power, power. Wise, she's getting wise, but she will find it's not an easy road ahead. He'll change his mind and put another in his bed.
Nora, I've got a new version of my opera. You've got power now. Speak to Didrickson for me. Oh, Nora, I love you still. I'm on my knees.
Well, stay that way till I get back. Eric,
Yes, my dear.
about that extra waiter you hired for this evening.
Oh, you mean Bernie?
Yes.
I thought it might amuse you, Nora. And tell him not to bother asking you to intervene. It won't do any good. I told you to wear the pearls. Now go up and put them around that lovely neck of yours at once.
Yes, of course, Eric. In a moment.
Please.
Eric!
Yes, Your Excellency?
I'm thinking of recommending your shipping line for government use.
Splendid, Your Excellency. How kind.
She's a charmer.
She certainly is.
He's enjoyed your groveling so much, I think I can convince him to be generous. Oh, Johan!
I've got them. That damned pawnbroker is in the most out-of-the-way place.
Here.
Whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about the opera.
Carmen was a failure when it first opened, too.
Poor bastard.
Thank heavens you got them here. His damned intuition. Why did he want me to wear them of all things?
It was unnecessary for you to put us both through this. I told you didn't have to pawn anything else.
All a game of kings and queens.
I'm greedy. I didn't want to sell any of my stocks yet. I'll put them on in the hall. Leave them in the umbrella stand.
Play the diamond.
Play your home game.
No, I'll put them on you here.
No, suppose he says...
Suppose he does. I've been playing your little game. Now you play mine.
Then I could not remember which suit was struck.
Please hurry, Johan.
Well, greedy one. You had another good day on the exchange.
Yes?
Yes, the coffee market was good to you. 10 points profit.
Good man.
Invest half in Mr. Zetterling's coal first thing in the morning, he told me. He just merged with Kruger.
Yeah. You put them on.
Why? Did you think I'd pawn them?
No.
I know they're not mine, they're yours. One possession showing off another.
And beautifully, too.
You've gotten very sure of yourself.
Miss Manson.
Mr. Coster?
By popular vote, the gentlemen at the table have elected that you should take my hand at whist.
Oh, Eric?
Yes, by all means, play, my dear.
Forgive me.
Bitte sehr, Fräulein. Come on, Eric. I'll beat you at billiards. Come on.
I'll start. You seem somewhat agitated.
Come on. There she is. There she is. There she is. Yes, I know I arranged it. I thought it amusing to throw you together, but how I've regretted it ever since. When you catch her eye, how it makes me wince. Really, Johan, I never suspected. I was puzzled, intrigued, and attracted. I found her so different, our paths kept on crossing, and I tried to help her out. Not quite knowing why. Now I have no doubt. There she is. There she is. There she is. There sits my Nora. Remember me, Nora-ish man. Feeling like a child left outside a window full of toys. And there's no use crying, there's no use pressing my face against the window pane. You, the urbane, hungry man, tempted and beguiled by a feast another man enjoys. And there's no use longing, there's no use reaching for sweets I never can attain. Captain Nora, I'm amused to see you like this, old friend, childishly out of control, tearing your hair, beating your breast. The world is awash with women, aim at some other goal, and kindly remember, you're my guest. There she is. Once she was mine. It makes me ill. If I had been a little smarter, she would be mine still. There she is. Think of me, Nora. Speak to him, plead for me, get him to sponsor me. Passive man, lost and going wild with a heart and head filled up with joy. torn by base emotions like rage and envy, for she is out of reach, just beyond my touch, still within my sight. But the you? She's yours, you swine.
Watch out, old man. One of these days you'll go too far.
Would smashing you in the face be going too far? Really, huh?
There she is. Once she was mine.
Now she's mine, and she'll never be mine.
Wunderbar, Fräulein!
I won! Oh, how exciting! I won!
How does it feel, my dear?
I think I feel the way you must feel all the time. I love the smell of it, the sound of it. Power. I feel it like a motor in the room. Boom, boom, boom. It goes with the smell of brandy, the smell of cigars, of men's cologne. It goes with the sound of casual baritone rumblings, low conspiratorial whispers, the click of billiard balls, the slap of playing cards. It's gone to my head. I want some of my own. I love the feel of it, the look of it. Power. Electric charges fill the room with zizz. It goes with the feel of silver, the crackle of cash, the weight of gold. It goes with the look of snowy white billowing shirt fronts, black Mephistophelian whiskers. They tell me to be controlling, not control. Puff. What gives you power? The lion's share. What gives you power? The highest bid. Mass production. Purge the coal mines. Ship the lumber. Build a prithee. People want and people buy. So people sell and stocks go higher. What gives you power? Not playing fair. What profits flower? From dirt you did. Study history. Shape the future. Buy a statesman, sell a cannon. Germany and France want more, so sell to both and start a war. Puff. Bang, 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 bang. I love the taste of it, the sense of it. Power. It's man to man around a smoke-filled room. Bang, fizz, boom. I watch you huff and puff and call each other's bluff. Each one protecting his. I know what power is. Taking, winning, using, gouging, grabbing what you can. Being born on mine.
Gentlemen, a light repast will be served inside. Good night, Nora.
I will see you later.
I think not. I'll be sleeping in my private chambers. Good night, Nora.
We love their leaving wine and cigar, but while they're asleep, you will work through the night till they're away in our apron. So we are dropping, they're up for breakfast, and you've got the moody feel to madam, while we stood at your beck and call. Watch out, madam, after pride comes the fall. Morning. Oh, good morning, madam. only 8 o'clock. You're up early. Yes. Is that for Mr. Didrickson?
Yes, I was taking it up to him.
That's what I got up for. I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh, it's no trouble, madam. Let me.
Oh, no, I want to
Please, madam.
surprise him.
Pardon. I am lost. So many always.
Oh?
I am looking for the door.
The door? To what?
To the outside, to the street.
Do you, by any chance, work in a perfume shop?
Yes, the gentleman of the house asked me to deliver a new scent we have.
Yes, at 8 in the morning.
I am going. Goodbye.
Just a minute. How dare you? This is my house.
Is it? I came by invitation.
Oh, I don't believe it. Eric!
To ask him, he's awake. I just left him 5 minutes ago.
Eric!
What's all this noise? Oh, my God.
Did you ask this woman here?
Jacqueline, go home.
Jacqueline! Oh, never mind me so idiot! You told me she was awake!
Calm yourself. It is nothing.
Nothing! Oh, you monster! How could you do this here in my own house?
May I remind you that this is my house?
Eric, I can't tell you. I won't.
Oh, don't be so foolish, Nora, for God's sake.
Am I not enough for you? Eric, I never knew I could feel this way. I can't live without you. I can't.
For heaven's sake, come to your senses.
You can't treat me like this.
Can't I? Last evening, if you will recall, you referred to yourself as a possession of mine. I don't think you really meant that. Those were just words to you. But you must realize that this is so. You are here only by my sufferance because I want you.
I see.
I'm not saying the time won't come when I won't want you, but I do now.
Thank you, Eric.
Only not the way you are this minute. Messy like a crushed bird run over by a carriage wheel. I want you decorative, amusing, compliant. Now get up. And I don't want to see you until you're ready to be all three of those things.
Yes. My emperor. Helga? Bring me my new coat and hat.
Just where do you think you're going?
I'm not sure. But I know where I've been. Eric?
Yes?
Messy as I am, would you please touch my lovely neck?
Well?
Nothing. Good. I'm cured. Thank you, Eric, for waking me from my long perfumed dream. Oh, and thank you for the temporary use of your jewels. Among other things, they made this coat and hat possible. Oh, they're mine. Earned. And they're all I'm taking with me.
What do you think you're doing? You can't go. I won't let you. I forbid it.
Oh, I know you can stop me, Eric. You're bigger and stronger. One blow from that fist would do it, but that would give you what you don't want. A crushed bird and a frigid one.
Oh.
Goodbye, Eric.
Stay, Nora. Perhaps you're the one woman I would not get tired of.
I can't wait around to find out.
Be by yourself, and live by yourself, and think for yourself.
But now she has choices.
Now she has choices.
Now she has money. Money gives you choices. Money gives you power.
Dearest children, dearest darlings, Mama has studied herself, though she hoped she would always be open and honest. She discovered she could be deceitful and selfish. For when you lose your way, it's like drowning in a pool And the worst of dependence is not to have means. To control your own life, you have got to have means that you put to work like a useful tool. Mama's still going to school. She can act like a man now. She can act with a purpose. Now the only voice to follow will be her own voice. What will be her choice?
Dearest Johan, I must see you. How I miss you. How I need you. Meet me today at the Grand Cafe. At last, she can see me as a man at last. At last, I'm no longer simply part of a plan to invest, to expand, to acquire. At last, I can hold her hand, not a purse, and talk not in songs, but in verse. Nora, thy beauty is to me like the Nicean parks of yore. Nora, think how it will be living life with a woman who is smarter than me. Not a doormat, an adornment, but a lover, a partner, a friend. At last, there'll be kisses as we laugh about the way this all began. At last, she sees me. She loves me as a man.
Say the truth. For a private place, hold your teeth. For your private place, only God sees the feelings you find. All the news must fade away. Friendships die and loves decay. Join the dance, the pipers play. But we dare to play. A summer day.
Nora, at last.
At last. Oh, how I missed you. Forgive this rush, but we'll lose the shop unless I sign the lease today.
Shop? Lease?
Oh, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Naveau. Here he is, Johan Blecker.
No, I pictured a kindly white-haired old gentleman. How do you do?
How do you do? Won't you sit down?
Jacqueline and I found we had an interest in common.
Oh?
And her father's perfume shop is for sale. Oh, I know I can make it work. People are ready to buy everything nowadays, Johan, but...
But you can't own it in your own name and so...
Exactly. Oh, Johan, would you?
She can act like a man now.
She can act with a purpose.
But a woman's just a woman. She's a signature.
Thank you. Oh, Jacqueline, they're waiting for us. Oh. Johan, am I using you?
Yes. But to be useful to someone you care about, a friend.
Well, Oh, let me...
Nora, now I know it must feel nice to know that you can, but even I am not ready for that yet.
Thank you again. Dear Johan. Jacqueline, hurry.
Well,
Nope. I want something a little stronger than that.
Sir?
Bring me a double... Never mind.
Cheek on the public front, watch the crew. In the public front, tell me how. Tell the kids for control. Oh, oh, no. On your private front, swing at heart. Start your private front, tell me go. Turn the back down your soul. All the tunes must fade away. Friendships die and love decay. Kiss the hand, you can betray. Even saints can pray.
And on a play.
I'm late. I have just a moment more. I'm late. Ladies, now you own a much larger store. It's all yours. It's all clear. It's all signed. But from now on, all the signing will be done by Rolf Thomas, an associate in my office. Very capable fellow. He'll be handling everything. But be careful. The company is not in profit yet.
we cannot get materials for that.
Oh, simple. Cut the girls' wages wages a little.
Those poor working girls.
Nora, have you seen the new sign?
Have you read the new rules? It's 7 days a week.
At 16 hours a day.
Remember the fish.
Remember the fish! What's happening to me? Oh, I don't like myself at this moment. Wait, I have an idea. Now, if I must reduce the wages for a while, in exchange, couldn't I give each of the girls a small share in the business?
So that as the company grows,
Yes?
it might work.
I think this will work. Good idea.
Good. I'll get Tomasin on it right away.
Tomasin, but why the rush? Business appointment?
A previous engagement.
Johan, that actress.
Camilla Forster, Miss Nansen, Miss LeBeau.
How do you do?
Johan, we haven't finished discussing
You can walk perfectly well by yourself now, Nora.
Yes, but
Remember, roll Tomasin.
Don't keep saying
That is.
We are really doing much better, you know. The royal princess's levies in Wetting are finished, and the prime minister's wife ordered the largest size cologne to send to a Christian Stockholm. And Astrid's Lemma wants 4 bottles delivered to
There he is.
There he is. Once he was yours. It makes you ill. If you had been a little smarter, he would be yours.
There he is. Foolish me. Why was I so blind? He's the only man I ever found who saw me as someone, another person who talked to me and laughed, who listened when I talked. But what's the use? Hey. Anything fascinating going on at that table?
Not really. He's pouring champagne in her glass, and then into it. He's tasting her and passing it to her. Oh my God, they are doing that silly old thing. I can't believe it.
What? Doing what?
That foolish thing where they link elbows and... Oh! She spills hers all over him!
Oh, God, he must be furious.
No, he seems to like it. Some got on her. He's holding her. He's licking it off her.
Oh, for what?
Her wish. Oh, he calls the waiter. They get the bill. Just a sip of champagne and away. They are leaving.
Ladies, Camilla.
Nora!
Read to cry, and the public beast scream and cry. Play the puppet beast on your call, from your innocent brain. Each regret, at your private beast gnash your teeth, and the private beast thinks you'll fall, as you can understand. All that loose must fade away, friendships die and love begin. Your hopes can end in disarray, and make them stay. All in vain.
Oh, my darling.
My dearest.
I'm so sorry I'm late. But I had to wait for the news from Stockholm.
Just think, a year ago, a tiny emporium. Today, an empire. To Stockholm.
Tua. I must admit, I also did some shopping along the way. Christmas presents to send to my children. And I have a surprise for you. I couldn't stand looking at that ratty dressing gown of yours any longer, so I bought you a beautiful new one and 6 pairs of pajamas.
Let's go home and try them on right now.
Aren't you hungry?
Well, by happy coincidence, I have a surprise for you, too.
I have prepared us dinner at home.
You?
Well, prepared to help a little. But I could heat it up in my new dressing gown, and then after you've had your dinner, you could sit in your easy chair, and I'll bring you your slippers and the evening paper. And now that I have become an old housefrau, shouldn't you give me a respectable name?
You mean marriage?
It's my reputation. I'm losing clients. Everywhere I go, it's Johan and Nora, Johan and Nora, Johan and Nora. Besides, with my beauty and your brains, don't you think we owe something to the future of the human race?
Marriage?
Marriage. Well, it was bound to occur to one of us sooner or later. I was just waiting till I could prove to you that I could cook.
Good day.
Why, Otto!
The new version of my opera opens next week. I hope you both can come.
She smells nice.
I know. Yes, it's one of ours. Oh, think of it, Johan. I ran away from a doll's world, and I'd become an independent woman by telling other women how to stay in that doll's world.
Well, if it troubles you, do something else. Go back to the barricades. Improve the lot of women, or even men. But take time out to get married. Come on, we'll get the bill, and I will take this champagne. Nora, what's the matter?
It's my children. I keep thinking about my children. I'm never going to see them again.
Nora, we've been going over this for a year. We've tried to contact Torvald. He's adamant, refuses to discuss it.
I know, but...
Face it, you have no legal rights to those children. Technically, you deserted them. The end.
It can't be the end. I must reach him. I must see them another Christmas away from them. Johan, you're a lawyer. You know if I marry, I'll never get them back.
What makes you think your children will even remember you?
Well, my letters.
Your letters? Is that what you've been counting on? Did it ever occur to you that he might not have let the children read them?
No!
Yes! Did you expect him conveniently to behave like some kind of saint? But picture him, the rejected husband, angry, humiliated, trying to hold his head up in that little town among his friends and his neighbors. No wonder he's bolted the door on you. He's just fighting back the only way he can, through the children. What do you think he has told your children about you?
Lovers close, in a private cell, each one trapped. In his private hell, eye to eye, they are oceans apart.
That's what I'm going to find out.
You're going back.
Oh, I don't mean to return to him, to my old life, to give up all I've done. I could never do that. But those 8 years of marriage were a large chapter for me. And I left an unfinished page at the end of it. I have to meet him face to face and complete that chapter. Otto complained a long time ago, it's such a burden being a man. Even Eric felt that, but we all behave the way we're taught. Torvald as well as I. I want him to know I understand that now. You, my darling, you're different. Where did you come from?
Well, what is all this? Do I detect a note of finality in your voice?
Couldn't we wait and see? Oh, I do love you.
Just when I was learning to cook.
In public place, face and side. Show your public face, bow and nod. I will serve it inside, only God is a big high. All that look, away. Friendship die and love decay. Hate and hate, as art is play. You hunt your soul, you seek your prey. Glory to, now that you've done set out to do. He still has all his dreams to take, another move to make. Well, little dog, what's
Mr. Helmer takes the children out on Sundays. They're apt to stay late. I'll wait. Well, so this is home.
I think it's nice. I think I'd find it rather small. I think it's nice.
She wants to talk to him, that's all. He'll never hear her. Can she make him see?
She's changed so much.
Yes, but it's he. She tells the truth. Oh, no, she only wants to talk away.
She wants to see the children. He'll never let her see the children. You don't know him. Mrs. Smith, out in the hallway, boys. Please.
Torvald.
I see. Down you go. Children, say hello to your mother.
Ivar? Bob? Emmy? Mama? Ivar, don't you know me? Yes, ma'am. But we've only had your letters. We didn't know you were coming back. Oh, how formal. Why don't you click your heels together and kiss my hand? And you, Emmy, did you read my letters? Yes,
She
ma'am.
can only read a little. What Papa read them to her.
Did you come home from school? Emmy.
Now, children, off with your hats and coats and into the kitchen for some chocolate.
Aren't you coming with Papa?
Not right now. Run along.
No. Wait. Here are some macaroons to have with your chocolate. Thank you, Mama. Oh, the children are wonderful, Torvald. Oh, you never poisoned them against me. You read them my letters. Thank you.
How could you suddenly decide to visit us unannounced?
I need to talk to you.
Oh, after all this time, you've decided you can talk with a stranger.
Listen to me, Torvald. When I walked out at through, I realized you were a stranger. But very soon I knew that with me was another stranger. It was myself, a stranger to myself, a living creature, but a sham. I worked and read, I questioned rules, I tried to think in prison. Without my rights, I found my life inside or out was prison. I saw how men keep power for the men and learned through living who I am. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I must come face to face with you. There's so much talking still to do. It's just the beginning.
I can't hear you! I know you've become rich and successful and worldly.
Yes, I decided not to remain a slave.
And there were other men along the way, weren't there? Men.
Oh, none.
Lying!
Well, one.
Lying!
Yes, of course there were men. And one in particular I am forever indebted to. Listen to me. Torvald, one man of all the men I met perceived I was a person, and not a doormat or a pet, but just another person. I was myself a reasonable self, an equal, every bit his peer. Through his belief, he helped me raise my flag of independence. He knew if I believed in me, I'd gain my independence. He made me free. I felt that I was free to meet with you and make things clear. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I must come face to face with you. There's so much talking still to do. I hope so.
That's different. You left me. And I am not the same man you left.
Of course you aren't. Listen to me, Torvald. And I will never be the same. I'm glad because I'm better. Yes, you and I were both to blame. Now life can be made better. You're not complete, not free, and not complete unless I too am on my own. I'm fit to raise the children now. I'm more than fit to feed them. Let us be more than children now and stop the lies we feed them. I'm now a woman, not a doll. A woman who has learned to stand alone. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's just the beginning. It's time to start to try to know ourselves by laughing at ourselves. To meet as equals, each one must stand alone somehow. Maybe you'll never hear me.
Sit down. Nora. We must talk